YouTube? My name is Zach, and this is Wawa Echo. We are here for the Smackdown Survey for December 5th, 2017. Last month of the year, and we've had some pretty good Smackdowns as of recent, but this Smackdown was not so good, at least according to the ups and downs number, but we'll see it by the end of the video why that is. I feel like a lot of things are kind of rushed for Clash of Champions. We have one more SmackDown left before Clash of Champions, but I feel like a lot of things just kind of a lot of things bothered me about this SmackDown, and we'll get to each thing that bothered me. But to start SmackDown off, we had not Shane McMahon or not Daniel Bryan. We had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I guess you can call me a Kevin Owens mark because I absolutely am, and I love Sami Zayn, and as I've said plenty of times, I love the duo and I love what they're doing. I think that Sami Zayn's talking as a heel is good, except for whenever he started to talk about what ringside meant. Like, I think that was a little over the top, unnecessary. So like that almost made me want to give this segment a down because it was just weird. Like, we know what ringside is. Like, we understand everything. Especially since last week the commentators actually said that he wasn't technically ringside. They already explained that. We didn't need it again. But I think overall these two work well together, and this was a very good heel promo, and so I'm gonna give this an up. I also really love the fact that Randy Orton came in with an RKO literally out of nowhere, and how Owens sold it was so beautiful. Except I do think he kind of oversold it, because even after the commercial break, he was still like holding his head like, come on, you've been in an entire match with Randy Orton. You've been in an entire match with a lot of people that has been brutal matches. You could take one RKO. Like, it's not that bad. But overall, segment gets an up because I really enjoyed it. Next, we have Aiden English and Rusev. They start out in the ring, and Aiden English is singing the 12 Days of Rusev. And then the New Day comes out, throwing giant pancakes into the crowd. I thought that was pretty funny. Kind of random, but, whatever. Then they had a match, the New Day versus Rusev and English. And the match wasn't terrible. I mean, it's hard for me to give any New Day match a down because they are so good. But I'm not giving it a down. I am actually going to give this match an up. But also because Rusev picked up the victory for his team. I thought it was a nice change. New Day has been on a really good run, so it doesn't really affect them negatively to take this loss. I think they're fine by taking this loss. In fact, what is odd though is there would seem to be a break between what was going on between the two. We've seen these two a lot in video packages and promos or segments, and now they finally have a match, and Rusev actually picks up the victory. This was really good. It builds these two up. Hopefully we'll see a good feud between the two, and that's what I'm hoping. I don't know if that's what it's leading to, but pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the match. There were some weird spots, but overall really good. Next, I don't usually talk about all of the backstage promos, because if I did, this would get long and tedious, and I don't think Parker does either. I think he skips some of the backstage segments if they don't really do anything to advance the show or storylines. But I do want to give a special down to this Mojo Rawley's interview. I will say positively, though, that Mojo spoke with confidence. Mojo actually delivered with strength. Now, that's different than being live in the ring and shooting a promo, so we'll see how that goes, I'm sure, later on, especially against Zack Ryder. But I disagree with a lot of what he was saying. He didn't win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal by himself. He had Gronk to help him, and no one really cares about Mojo. No one cares about Zack Ryder, and if you do, I'm sorry. I just personally don't, and I don't know many people that do. So it's uninteresting. Him as a heel, I don't know how it's gonna work, because and like, how are you going to sit there and say, if you have a problem with it, shove it? Like, a real heel would be like, if you have a problem, meet me out in the ring so I can beat you up. Like, that's just kind of, I don't know, a weird, like, kind of a cop-out, but whatever. This interview gets a special down because I really didn't like it. Then we move on into a promo between, or a segment between Tamina, Lana, Carmella, Daniel Bryan, and then later on the Riot Squad comes in, and I feel like this segment kind of jam-packed too many stories into one. You had Carmella kind of mentioned in the briefcase. You had the women's title match for Clash of Champions. You had the Riot Squad and everything. And also, what in the world was Sarah Logan trying to say? Now, I've met her whenever she was under the Crazy Mary persona. I met her, and I don't know, like, her speaking seemed like really off here, and I don't know if it's the accent or if she was trying to stumble through words. I mean, she said everything without like really stuttering, but like it was just really jumbled up, and I thought it was kind of funny myself, and that's bad to say, but it was way different whenever I saw her in person and actually met her and talked to her. But that was funny. The whole segment though just gets it down because it was very uninteresting. It was too much jumbled into one, and so I didn't like it. But moving on, we have the Bludgeon Brothers taking on two sort of, I guess, indie talents named Adam and Josh. And I really like the way the Bludgeon Brothers are working. I love the way, like, because it's unique. It's like these are two giant men who basically they're hurting each other to hurt their opponents. I mean, you have Harper slamming or slapping Rowan, and Rowan's slamming Harper on the opponent. Like, it's really interesting. I really like the duo, and I hope that they continue on with something good. And I have a problem with this though. Like, I get that you don't want to rush through all of the legit competition like too fast, because then you really will go downhill fast. But why is it that they took on for 2 or 3 weeks like legit people, like professional wrestlers, at least in WWE, and then now they're taking on two of these indie talents and destroying them? By the way, I don't get it, and because I have that sort of problem with them, that overweighed the enjoyment of how they work together. So I'm going to give this match a down. And I hope that they continue working together like this for the future, but against opponents that are at least somewhat legit. And no offense to Adam and Josh. Moving on, we have Bobby Roode facing Baron Corbin in a one-on-one match with Ziggler at commentary. And the match ended in DQ because Ziggler got involved. Uninteresting match, man. It didn't keep me. In fact, I really wanted to fast forward. I didn't really like it as much. Here's the thing, though. Another problem I have with tonight's SmackDown is Ziggler. I don't see why he's in the match at all, because Rude just ran through him during their feud, and then Corbin is also has shown that he's better than Ziggler, whatever. So why is he inserted into the match, for one? Two, Corbin and Rude just seem to have very little chemistry. They just don't work that well together. And I'm actually going to say that about someone else later. So overall, the match wasn't enjoyable for me, so I'm going to give this a down. And to continue this on, we had Charlotte Flair versus Tamina. Again, two athletes, one fantastic athlete and one named Tamina, facing each other, but no chemistry there. It didn't further anything for me. Natalya speaking and shooting a promo afterwards. I think it was just stupid. I don't really like her at all, like her character or her as a heel or whatever. But it didn't really get me hyped for Clash of Champions. And again, we do have another week, but still, I feel like you should be kind of building that up. And of course, you had the Riot Squad come out, and you had Sarah Logan and Tamina go at it like that. They were fighting, and they held each other back, or their respective people held them back, and I didn't get that either. Is there gonna start something between those two specifically, or what? I don't know. Or is this an allusion to what's gonna happen at Clash of Champions in the Lumberjack match? And by the way, why is it not called a Lumberjill match? They've had those before. They call it Lumberjill matches. I don't get what they're calling it a Lumberjack match, but whatever. That makes no sense. But either way, the match, the segment, the promos, that all gets down. Uninteresting. Main event. saw Sami Zayn face Randy Orton with Kevin Owens handcuffed to the bottom rope. Now, I really liked this idea of Kevin Owens being handcuffed because, like, it limits those two, but also allows Sami Zayn to show his creativity. Um, and you can kind of say he was creative last week whenever he didn't go to ringside, but he still got involved. Like, it shows like his sneaky ways of circumventing the rules, and many times he tried to use bolt cutters to break off the handcuffs and whatever. And I don't know why Orton picked up the victory. Now I'm a Randy Orton fan too, and I probably like him better than Sami Zayn, but I don't get why he won this because I felt like there should have been some sneaky way that Sami Zayn would have won this. And either way, Orton got the victory. I'm not upset with that. Like it's not terrible. But then you had Kevin Owens attack Orton, and they started both in on Orton, and then Nakamura comes out, and so it seems like we're gonna have Nakamura team with Orton versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Clash of Champions, and I'm looking forward to that match because they're all four good competitors, and it's gonna be good to see them go head to head or heads to heads. But overall, I am gonna give the match an up because it was interesting. It kind of kept my interest. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, how is Kevin Owens gonna get involved? How is Sami Zayn gonna help Kevin Owens get involved? Whatever. And again, you have these talented athletes. So SmackDown does end with an up, but it seems that the downs dominate this week, and that's unfortunate. But I guess it's gonna happen every now and then. Next week is the go home show for Clash of Champions. So stick around for that SmackDown survey. Stick around for the Raw rundown, and that's sort of the go-home show. It's not really Clash of Champions is SmackDown, but stay in tune for the Raw rundown and the SmackDown survey for next week. Also, Clash of Champions, the predictions will come up as well, and so be on the lookout for that. We have a lot of stuff coming up, and we're excited to be doing this. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you agree, disagree, or if I missed something, hit comment. Let us know. Just converse with us. We like conversations. We like talking to people who watch our videos. And also subscribe if you haven't already. We will always continue to do this as long as we are able, because we really love it. But we'd really appreciate if you subscribe. There's a way to also get notifications when we upload. But that is all I have for the SmackDown for November 5th, 2017. I will see you guys next week. Peace.